Hello, my name is Sulis and I'm going to run you through this presentation, which is aimed at Year 11 students, and it's to help you prepare for post-16 options. And right at the end of the session, you'll complete something called the Pathway Planner, which I'll explain later. So in life, there are 6 things that everybody needs to do in order to effectively manage their career, whether you're young or old. And these are the 6 things. And today we're going to concentrate on these 2 particular ones. One is see the big picture, and you'll get to see how your post-16 choices fit with your future job ideas and your career. Also, manage career, and for that we're going to focus in on you making a plan and developing a pathway for your future. So the session's about 50 minutes to an hour. There'll be a 20-minute introduction, and then you'll go onto Career Palette, which is a website, and do some specific activities that are interesting to you. And then at the end, you'll complete the Pathway Planner. So what is a career? Well, you might already have ideas of this, but the definition of a career is the individual's journey through life, learning and work. So it's a very personal thing for every single one of us. So everybody's will be slightly different. And a job is something you do to earn the money as part of your career journey. And there's lots of different jobs and different job sectors. And you might have many jobs in your whole career. So in terms of careers, the big things for year 11 is being able to explore all the options that are available to you at the end of year 11 and getting the best out of your GCSE. So really putting the effort in to get the best results you can from your GCSE exams. So in today's lesson, we're going to get you registered if you haven't done that before on Career Pilot. If you have, you'll just sign in. And then we're going to get you to do some activities that will help you find out more about the things that are important to you when you're looking for jobs and courses. And start with you. You're going to add your qualifications to our qualification planner. And you're going to explore some of the pathways that are available to you at 16. And we'll finish off by getting you to complete the Pathway Planner right at the end of the lesson. I'll explain more about these things now so you can get started. So just as a warm-up activity, the great news is that you've won the lottery. And the prize is a holiday in one of these places. So it could be Barbados, Australia, South Africa, Belgium or England. Which one will you choose? Just have a think about which one you like the look of best. But hold on a minute, I've just got a little bit more information about each of these. So in Barbados, you're going to be packing bananas. Australia, you're sheep shearing. South Africa, you're picking grapes. Belgium, you're testing chocolate. And England, you're going to have Glastonbury tickets. So now you've got a little bit more information about what you're going to get from each of these experiences. Which place do you want to go to now? So put your hand up if you changed the place you want to go to when you learnt more about it. And what this activity is doing is helping you see that when you've got information, you can make a better decision. So that's really important when you're thinking about your choices for later. Find out as much as you can. So to help you think about what you can be doing to manage your future careers, I'm just going to show you this video. It's about 3 minutes long, and it'll give you some key things that you can be doing.
Imagine your life in 10 years' time. Are you being driven to work in your electric car? Eating meatless burgers for lunch with robots cleaning your home? Technology is changing jobs. In 10 years, there'll be lots of new jobs, while others will change or simply disappear. You're likely to be in work for 50 years and have at least 10 different jobs by the time you're 42. Seem like a long way off? A happy future starts with some of the decisions you take in the next few years. So to get ready for careers, what should you be doing now? Firstly, know yourself. You are unique. You have likes, dislikes, strengths, qualities, and things you value that are important to you. These things can help you identify a future career. You have skills too, from school, hobbies, work, or volunteering. Imagine you are learning something new, like photography or rock climbing. You will use a range of different skills. Many of these are transferable, skills that you can take from one job to another. Employers love these. The second thing you can do is do stuff. Trying out new stuff makes you feel good about yourself and builds transferable skills. For example, you may or may not pass your driving test first time. It doesn't matter. Learning new things develops transferable skills and increases your ability to bounce back and keep trying. That's called resilience. Skills can lead to part-time jobs, useful cash, and jobs in the future. You can also talk about these skills on job applications and in interviews. So you know what you like and you're good at. You're trying new things and building skills and experiences. What else can you do? The third thing you can do is to make sure you know all your options. Do you know what qualification and grades you need? Will the course or training help you on your journey? Which option would be best for you? And if your plan A looks watertight, always have a plan B and even a plan C just in case. The fourth thing is to make sure you use your supporters. Teachers, family, friends and coaches know you well. They'll help you identify your strengths, skills and interests and help you on your way. If you can, grab a chance to talk to a careers advisor. You'll get individual help with your plan. They're professionally trained and have loads of up-to-date information. They'll listen to you, inspire you and help you create a plan for the future. And there's Career Pilot too. A free website with all the careers information in one place, showing you all your options, including information on jobs, courses and lots more. Use the career tools to find out more about you and save all of this in one place to share with your supporters. So to get ready for careers, what should you be doing now? Know yourself. Do stuff and develop your skills. Make sure you know all your options. Use your supporters. Your future starts now. Get ready.
So hopefully with that video, I'll give you some ideas of the things you can specifically do to actually manage your careers. And what we're going to do is show you how you can actually find out how to do each of these things. A lot of it will be through Career Pilot. So if you haven't come across a Career Pilot before, as mentioned in the video, it's a one-stop website with all the careers information in one place, and it's free for you to use until you're 20. In the site, we have what we call our popular tools, lots of information about jobs and courses. You can plot your route on a qualification planner, over 1,000 video stories with people talking about jobs and qualifications that they've done. And then we've got what we call our three-stage process, with lots of quizzes and activities to help you make an informed decision about what's important to you. But you might already have a pathway in mind, and we give you advice about what you need to think about if you're choosing further education or an apprenticeship, college or higher education, whatever it might be. So today you're going to be using careerpilot.org.uk. Now, one thing about Career Pilot, if you register or are signed in when you're using it, then you can actually build your report through the career tools. So you can add your jobs or anything you're interested into your career tools, and that will create a report that you can come back to later. So in terms of using the career tools, it's quite simple. In the top right of every page, there's the option to add. So in this case, I'm adding a job, and that'll be in my job sectors and in my main report. And I can get back to the jobs I've tagged anytime, but I can also move them or get rid of them if I'm no longer interested in a particular job. So where are the jobs going to be in the future? So as a whole group, think of jobs or sectors you think will grow or decline in the next 10 years. So some example sectors here, maybe just look at these and see which one's going to grow, which one's going to decline, or maybe you've got other ideas too. So if you're the teacher, the students can have 3 minutes now to come up with some ideas of jobs that are going to decline or jobs that are going to grow. So you might want to pause this video, but come back in just a few minutes. So hopefully you've been thinking about the jobs that are growing, the jobs that are going or declining, and what this is labour market information. So it's knowing what's happening in the labour market. So it's really useful to know some of these things, because then you can actually position yourself to think of sectors where there's going to be lots of jobs in the future. So we're going to show you later how you can get access to even more labour market information about jobs. But certainly these four sectors are predicted to grow hugely in the coming years. Medical, which includes health, science and care, IT and digital technology, engineering and construction, and environmental. So those are definitely ones you can line yourself up to if these things are of interest. There will, of course, be other jobs and other sectors that are growing too. So in terms of the video, we talked about knowing yourself, and in Career Path, there's a whole section called Start With You that's got activities. You can find out more about yourself. You can think about doing our job quiz to see where the job aspects of jobs you're interested in could lead you. You can start with a subject you love or with a value, what's important to you, what drives you. You can see what jobs that might lead on to. You could do the skills profile, see what skills you've got to offer. So there's lots of activities there to get you started knowing yourself and thinking about what's important to you. Just to show you how that works, the job quiz, there are 50 pictures of things you might want to do in a job situation. Click on as many that appeal to you, and then it'll tell you what sectors seem to link with what you're interested in, and you can start to explore those sectors. And in those sectors, there'll be loads of job profiles. You can look in detail at what the job is offering, and that gives you labour market information. Is it going to grow? What might I earn? How many people are working in that job already? And you can explore them from this particular point. You could start with a subject you love, and I'm clicking on computing, sorry, and you can see where computing might lead, what jobs, gives you some ideas, courses, apprenticeships that subject might lead on to. You can start with your values. What's important to you in life? Are you passionate by the environment? You want to protect nature? I picked on I want to be creative in my working life. And then I get ideas of jobs that passion could lead on to, but also some information about how I can develop that further. So I've got things to take into a work situation. You could do the skills profile. So this will ask you things you've already done in your life or you're learning. I've kept going with a hobby or sport out of school. And then for everything you click on, it'll tell you what skills that activity's helped you build. And all those skills will be put into the skills profile. And you can add your own ideas. So these come from the quiz, but add your own examples as well. You might be babysitting, you might be team captain, anything that you're doing, you can put there and say what skills it's given you, and everything will be added to your skills bank. So what you can see here is the top one is speaking for this particular person. They've got 4 examples from the quiz, and they've added 2 more examples from things that they've added themselves. All those will be there when you're ready to apply later for work experience or for a job or for a college course, whatever it might be. You can also compare your skills to a job, type in the name of the job, and you'll see what skills are needed, and then you can see your own skills alongside. So number 2 in the video was doing stuff. So this is building your skills, building your experience, so you build up a good CV. Now, obviously, we know that in year 11, GCSEs are probably number 1 importance, and if you're doing BTECs, that'll be number 1 for you. But there might be other things you're already doing out of school. So what our advice is, don't drop them. Try to keep everything going because they look really good on your CV. Number 3, which is know your options. We're going to focus on that one today, so you understand more about what's available to you at 16 and beyond. So what to think about when you're choosing your options? Well, number 1, what grades do you like to get? Because that can influence what options are available to you, especially your grades for English and maths, but other things as well. How do you like to learn? Is it by doing or is it by studying? Because that might influence the pathway you choose. Some people start what they want to do in the future because they've got a job in mind and they make sure that everything they do is lined up to giving them the qualifications and experience to get that job. But some people will stick with the subject they love and then focus in on a job later. There are lots of ways of getting to the same future job. So these are the qualifications we have in England. It goes from level 1 right up to level 8, in fact. So this is kind of where you are at the moment. You're doing your GCSEs, so you're either going to get level 1 qualification from your GCSEs, or if you get 5 GCSEs, grade 4 to 9, you'll have a level 2 qualification. And then from level 2, you can go up to 3, from level 1 to 2. And you'll see there are a range of different pathways you can choose. There's the academic pathway, which GCSEs is on. Vocational, this is where you could do a course related to a job area or a specific job, usually in a college, but often in schools as well. Or you might want to get into work and be trained to do a job through work, work-based. So that's called an apprenticeship. And you can see they're available at different levels. And you can see all these qualifications go up to level 6, which is when you get a degree, if you choose to go that far up through the levels. So just to show you how there's different routes in, Lucy and Leon both are qualified nurses, but they did it in different ways. So Lucy did at a level 2 from her GCSEs. Then she did a level 3 BTEC in health and social care. After that, she did a degree at university, a nursing degree, and then she became a nurse when she got to level 6. Leon did it slightly differently. He did his A-levels, then he did an apprenticeship as a trainee nurse, and then went up through the apprenticeship route and got a degree that way. So there's multiple ways to get to the same job often. So some of the pathways you could choose, one is vocational. So vocational courses are about a specific job area. So there's general, so it might be related to a sector like health and social care or business, or it might be quite specific. New qualifications called T-levels are training you to do a particular job. Colleges offer lots of vocational courses at lots of levels. Schools offer some too, so it's always worth checking to see what vocational courses your school offer. And you can often do a vocational course like a BTEC alongside some A-levels. Some colleges offer A-levels, but be aware that some don't. You can resit your maths and English at a college, but often colleges don't offer GCSEs either, apart from resits. Many level 3 vocational courses do require 4 GCSEs at level 4 plus, but the great thing about colleges is that they have courses at level 1 and 2 as well. So colleges are usually quite locally based. There's usually one quite near to where most people live, and you can find out where they are through our provider search later. So here's some example courses. Courses at different levels related to a job area like accounts, animal care, health and social care, plumbing at different levels. And the T level, which is quite specific, is going to train you to do digital design. So some are quite specific and some are more general to do with that sector. T levels, which I'm just going to mention in a bit more detail because they're fairly new, they are available through colleges, not through schools. And they, as I said, they're going to train you to do a specific job. 80% of the learning will be in the classroom and 20% will be work experience. And they're equivalent to 3A levels. They're quite in-depth, training you to do this specific job. And there will be lots available. There'll be in certain sectors, but in the bold text is the sector. In the normal text, it shows the different roles that you can be trained to do. So it's worth checking your college and see what they offer if you're interested in T levels. Work-based is when you're going to be trained to do a particular job and the employer is going to employ you. That's called an apprenticeship. And you will get paid if you do an apprenticeship. If you do a 37 hours of work, then you'll get £177.97, and that changes every year. And some employers pay even more than that. That's the basic. So you're going to learn by doing the job, so you need to know that's a job you want to do. And you need to find one, like finding a job. So you need to look for a vacancy. Apprenticeships are available at different levels. I guess for you, in year 11, you'd be thinking, am I going to do an intermediate apprenticeship, which is level 2, or am I going to do an advanced apprenticeship, which is level 3? Academic pathway, this is probably one you know most about. A-levels, a lot of schools offer A-levels in the sixth form or through sixth form centres. Some colleges offer them, but mainly they're done in schools. They often expect you to have at least a grade 6 in the A-level you want to study, but check with your school because every school is slightly different. You might study 4 subjects or 3. You might study 4 to start and then drop one if you want to do that. A-levels can be a chance to do a new subject like psychology, law, criminology, something you haven't had a chance to do at GCSE. And after your A-levels, you can go on to higher education at a college or to university, or you could go on to do an apprenticeship after A-levels as well. So I've shown you some of the pathways in overview. You might know already quite a lot about them. One thing we want you to do in this session is to put in the qualifications you are doing currently. And you can say whether you think you're going to get level 1 or 2 from your GCSEs. And then you can put in anything else you're already beginning to think about doing at level 3 or some of the higher levels. To do that, you need to go to My Qualifications in the career tools. Then you can add in the qualifications you're doing or the ones you're thinking of for the future. And then, as soon as you've tagged them, in My Qualifications, you'll be able to add the subjects you're doing and your predicted grades. And then when you get your full results, you can go in and make them actual results. So it's important to know your grades because this does affect your future choices. But you know, the good news is that hopefully you're doing this early in year 11 and you'll have plenty of time to put in the work to get the best grades you possibly can. We're also going to give you a chance to look at your choices 16 in a bit more detail. And in the second section of our 3 stages, explore your options. There's a whole section about choices 16. So you could look at that, or you could look at jobs. In every job, it shows you the different pathways you can take to get into that job. So that might be another way for you to explore your options. So, in summary, today you're going to register. But if you registered before, don't register again. You need to sign in. There is a forgotten password function. If you can't remember your password, you will need to remember the email you used when you last registered. Okay. Sign into Career Pilot. Always be signed in when you're using Career Pilot. Then you could do some activities from Start With You or redo things that you might have done before. Don't forget to add your qualifications to My Qualifications and then add your subjects and your predicted grades. Then start to look at the different options at 16. You can explore that through jobs or looking at the pathway tools. So you have about 20 minutes in order to do that. If you're the teacher now, what you can do is pause this video. You will need about 15 minutes at the end. So just flex this time to make sure you've got 15 minutes at the end to complete the pathway planner. Great, so hopefully you've had a chance to explore things through Career Pilot. Now, the last thing that the video mentioned was using your supporters. And you probably know there's loads of people who want to help you to make good career decisions, including your family, your teachers, careers advisors. And of course, Career Pilot is always there for you. You own your Career Pilot account until you're 20. So just to remind you, your career tools is building a report. You can look at that in a range of ways through a dashboard, which is like a little summary, or you can view your full report, and it's quite detailed with all your information on there. You can download that and share it with a family member or somebody at school. And that report is going to move up every year with you. So you can keep changing it and adapting it. So what we want to do now is see how ready you are for the post-16 options you're thinking of. And you're going to do that by completing something called the Pathway Planner. So where you'll find that is in the Career Tools, My Pathway Planner. And what you're going to do is think about the pathways you would like to do in the future. It all can be changed, just finding out where you are as of this point. And then we're going to ask you some questions, and that will help you to see how ready you are, and will help your teachers to see what support they can offer to make sure you're in a good place to make a good decision. So first of all, you get to see the pathways you can choose. You could say, I'm definite, considering, not doing. You have to answer one of these things for every line. And then for everyone you're definite or considering, you'll do a short quiz. And you'll answer some questions to see how ready you are for that particular pathway. That will give you a red, amber, green score. And you'll be able to see how ready you are. But your teachers and your careers staff within the school will be able to look at this and see how they can support you. So what they'll be doing is inviting you to a careers session where they can give you personal support to make sure you're in a good place to make next stage decisions. So you've got about 10 minutes to do the pathway planner. So if you're the teacher, you can put this off now for 10 minutes, pause the video. You just need about 2 minutes at the end to round everything up. Just to say, once you've completed the pathway planner, which hopefully you have now, if you ever want to edit your responses, because you might have learned something you didn't know before, you can go back into View, Edit Answers, and that will update your pathway planner. So today we've explored all the different options you can choose, and you did the pathway planner where you began to see how ready you are for the pathway you're thinking of. So just to finish off the session, remember, there were 6 things that everybody needs to do to be able to effectively manage their future career. And today, you're working on 2 of these. See the big picture. Hopefully, you started to see how your post-16 choices fit with your future jobs in your career. And manage careers. Hopefully, you started to plan and develop a pathway into your future. And you can tick that you've done both of those things. So well done for today's session. Good luck with all your future plans, and thank you for listening, doing all the tasks we've asked of you.